Thank you, Handel, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Regional News. We start off with some news on the COVID-19 around the Caribbean, where from the east to the west, the Caribbean has confirmed a total of 90 cases of the novel coronavirus since its introduction to the region over 16 days ago. Barbados joined the list of 20 countries and territories across the Caribbean that have confirmed cases of COVID-19 following its declaration of 2 infected patients on Tuesday, March 17th. According to the 23rd Situation Report from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, released on Monday, the region's risk for further importation of the virus remains very high. The regional body confirmed, however, 74 cases, 2 deaths, and 2 patient recoveries. And I quote, "Countries are strongly urged to strengthen their health sector response and move to a state of readiness and rapid response," end of quote, CARPHA stated. As the pandemic continues to grip the region, the comprehensive list of countries and territories within the Caribbean with confirmed cases of COVID-19 are Dominican Republic, where the first case was confirmed on Sunday, March 1, with 11 cases to date. The French Caribbean, first confirmed on March 1, with 41 cases to date, which includes St. Martin's and St. Barthélemy, 3 cases, French Guyana 5 cases, Martinique 15 cases, 1 death, Guadeloupe 18 cases. Jamaica, the first case was confirmed on March 10 with 12 cases to date. Guyana first confirmed its case on March 11 with 4 cases with 1 death. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where the first case was confirmed on March 11, number of cases to date, 1. Cuba confirmed its first case on March 11 with 4 cases to date. Trinidad and Tobago first confirmed on March 12, number of cases to date, 4. The Cayman Islands confirmed its first case of the coronavirus on March 12 with 1 death so far. Antigua and Barbuda confirmed its first case on March 13 with 1 case so far. Suriname confirmed its first case on March 13 with 1 case so far. The Dutch Caribbean first confirmed on March 13 with 3 cases, which includes Curacao 1 case, Aruba 2 cases. St. Lucia first confirmed its case on March 13 with a number of cases to date, 2. The U.S. territory confirmed its first case on March 13 with 2 cases thus far, which includes in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The Bahamas first confirmed on March 15 with 1 case thus far. Barbados confirmed their first case on March 17 with 2 cases thus far. We now turn our attention to Trinidad and Tobago. Golden Grove Prison in Aruca was locked down on Tuesday as prisoners attempted to escape, claiming they were fearful of contracting the COVID-19 coronavirus. Acting Prison Commissioner Dennis Polchan has confirmed that a riot broke out in the remand prisons. 2 senior prison officers were injured in the fracas, he said. The riot was triggered by prisoners fearful over the potential effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and fear that the overcrowding situation would lead to mass deaths. "We want to go home," prisoners were heard shouting. Polchan said the inmates were being fed their lunch when the incident occurred, and I quote, "The officers tried to pacify the situation and sustain the injuries. Then they barricaded themselves in the southern division, then they jammed the lock so no one can get in and went down to the Remand South prison, where they breached the wall of the prison, slamming items against the wall, causing a hole in the perimeter of the prison," end of quote, he said. Polchan said the prisoners attempted to escape through the hole in the wall but were met by armed officers. Polchan said about 250 inmates then climbed to the roof, setting it on fire. Polchan said all agencies, including the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service TTPS and Defense Force, responded, and I quote, "We had to use non-lethal force and we are now locking the inmates back in their cells," he said. Police have also cordoned off the roadways surrounding the prisons. And finally, in Jamaica, commercial sex workers who ply their trade on the popular back road in Portmore St. Catharines said the area has become almost a ghost town since COVID-19 emerged in Jamaica. And I quote, "All heap of demand when me used to see them not come again. But me have a few clients who might still come regardless of what go on with the coronavirus. But right now, cause things so slow, me have to add a little money so me can make a food," end of quote, one worker said. But some of the men are played cheap. Another worker said that she is practicing good hygiene to protect herself and her clients. She said she has been avoiding tightly knit sex positions to avoid catching the virus. One client reported that they are making every effort to safeguard themselves as well. And I quote, "The girl have to clean up herself, sanitize her hand, and bathe. Me have to see when she clean up too, Zimmy." Another client said that he uses 2 condoms. And I quote, "Me sanitize the surroundings, wash me hands, and make sure the girls them sanitize too. And it's not just here, it's everywhere me I go." End of quote, he said. And that is for Regional News this evening. Back to you, Handel.